Hi everybody, it's This is the Bronx TV. We're here at Woodlawn Cemetery. We're here very early in the morning, which is very rare. But we're here for an incredibly special event. We're going to be looking up at the sky, and I don't know if you can see anything just yet, but we're here to commemorate the centennial anniversary of women's rights to vote. The Highlight Pro Skydiving Team, which is an all-female skydiving team, 11 members. They're going to drop to Woodlawn Cemetery from 4,500 feet. I think if you look over there, you'll be able to see already one of them. Their whole thing is to highlight women's rights. And what they do is they hang streamers and messages and all kinds of things to commemorate a woman's right to vote. I think if you look right up there, you can see them already beginning to descend. They will be coming down here, literally landing at Woodlawn Cemetery. The reason they're here at the cemetery is Woodlawn Cemetery has some of the most significant women's rights and women's American women heroes. That includes Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Carrie Chapman Catt, who are buried here. And we can see right now, here's the first skydiver coming down, the Highlight Pro Skydiving Team. Boy, I'll tell you, that is just unbelievable. She came down from 4,500 feet up, and as we said, she's here to commemorate women's rights. What an extraordinary feat. Now, there are going to be other divers coming down as well. They've been swooping across the city with their brightly colored smoke and streamers in the suffragist colors of purple, white, and yellow, which represent loyalty, purity, and hope. They'll be holding flags, as we understand. Now, this was the first. I guess there will be others who will be coming down. Oh, there you can begin to see another one is dropping from the sky. And they'll be holding signs that say things like equality can't wait, vote for women, shall not be denied, and a lot more. There's a lot of media here. This is not a public event because of social distancing considerations. They didn't want to have a lot of people here. So it's being streamed live on Facebook, and a lot of the media is out here. It is absolutely an extraordinary sight. You know, it's one of those things, if you sit at the beach and you watch these streamers come by to advertise, you know, the local bar or something like that, think about how much more dramatic this is to skydive, drop from the sky, and highlight women's rights and an advocacy that has been with us for a very long time. And this is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which gave women the right to vote. Now, simultaneously, as I understand, we couldn't be in two places at once. Simultaneously, as I understand, they're going to be down in Central Park, and they'll be unveiling statues commemorating women suffragists. That is being put together by Monumental Women, a nonprofit organization that will unveil women's rights pioneer monuments in the park. Sojourner Truth, Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, as we said, she is buried here at Woodlawn Cemetery, hence the significance of having this incredible event at Woodlawn Cemetery. We don't know, I mean, we do have names of some of the divers, skydivers, but we don't know who is who and which is which. But as I mentioned earlier, they'll be using the colors of purple, white, and yellow. I guess this is the yellow one. We saw the purple one earlier. Goodness, one would only try and figure out how it's possible to drop 4,500 feet from the sky and land yourself right in the bullseye right here at Woodlawn Cemetery. Here she comes, coming down, celebrating the women's right to vote. 100 years. And of course, this year no less important than it's been in the past. So let's see. So we saw a purple, a yellow. And there she is. The whole idea is to use skydiving to capture attention. As I said, you see it a lot of times at the beach, and you see people, or planes with streamers. Their whole thing here, and I got a quote here. They say they hope that attention turns into social justice initiatives of today, women's rights, gender equality, and equality at large. And the whole idea is to use their voice, or use women's voices, and in the form of voting. Let's see, is there probably going to be another one? There's a third one coming down from the sky. We should mention also the event is in partnership with the Women's Suffrage Centennial Commission, an organization formed in 2017 when Congress passed legislation to create the commission to ensure a suitable observance of the centennial of the passage and ratification of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, which provided women's suffrage. New York City, this jump for the Highlight Pro Skydiving Team is part of a series of jumps at events all around the country, which were developed to honor this very important centennial. They began in Seneca Falls, which is the birthplace of the women's rights movement, with stops in Nashville, Tennessee, which was the final state to ratify the 19th Amendment, and then over to Valley Forge in Pennsylvania, which is the home of Justice Bell, created to promote the cause for women's suffrage. And then they will be, as I mentioned, going down to Central Park to unveil the statues, which will be kickoffs to the celebration of the 19th Amendment 100th anniversary across the country for the entire year. Now, this one appears to be some of the streamers. I mentioned earlier that the streamers say things like equality can't wait, vote for women, shall not be denied, and more. And this member of the Highlight Pro Skydiving Team, I don't know, a little bit off here. She's coming right down, almost right next to us, right here. Unbelievable. That is just unbelievable. I gotta tell you. There was a moment there. I mean, there's a lot of monuments here and mausoleums. I was a little concerned that maybe she was going to hit one of those monuments. So I guess that's really going to be the story for us. Here we're at Woodlawn Cemetery. As I said, we've been watching the Highlight Pro Skydiving Team commemorating the 100th anniversary of women getting the right to vote with the 19th constitutional amendment. An extraordinary sight. We're really thrilled to have been able to share it with you. How was the jump? Did the jump work out for you?
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Great, thank you. What was it that your sign said?
It says, shall not be denied.
And this must be an incredible way of reaching the general public and getting people to notice what you're doing. How long have you been doing it?
22 years.
Wow, isn't that wonderful? You get scared up there?
A little bit.
I guess you wouldn't be human if you didn't. Well, really, congratulations. I should be wearing my mask. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and you're just to get your name and where you're from.
Hold on, let me just...
Sure, that's okay. Take your time. I'll tell you, you came pretty close to us. We were a little concerned at a moment, but I figured you knew what you were doing. Oh, there you go. I'm glad you landed near us so we get a chance to chat even just for a moment.
My name is Sarah.
Sarah, and where are you from?
I'm originally from Canada, but from Arizona.
Ever been to the Bronx before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, super excited to be back.
Great. Well, we're really happy to have you. Congratulations. To say that we're impressed would be an understatement. And I'm so glad you landed near us and we got a chance to chat.
Thank you.
Great. And thanks for celebrating women's suffrage. All right. Well, there you go. This is, folks, what can I tell you? I'm going to take my mask back off. She's going to get some assistance over there. But I'm going to tell you, this is really an exciting event. As we mentioned, Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Carrie Chapman Catt are buried here at Woodlawn Cemetery. But what a wonderful, wonderful moment, a spectacular moment in the Bronx this morning. And why? Because this is the Bronx. There's one more coming in right at the end there. Guess we'll try and capture that last one. What does that banner read? It's hard to say. Equality can't wait is the message that we're going to leave you with this morning. And once again, we'll thank the Highlight Pro Skydiving Team. They do just an amazing job at celebrating women's rights and women's right to vote. And again, thank you very much, and we'll see you around the Bronx. Oh, they want me to talk some more? All right. Well, this is the Bronx.